Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Radhanath, Radha, Radhanath, Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhupada Astotra Sata Shishimat, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Prabhupada Astotra Sata Shishimat, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharshi Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sako Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Neelachal Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Gamamai Jamramai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. The Lordship Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki Jai. Jaina Shringida Bhagwan Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Panchatattva Ki Jai. Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narashrimaya. Pralaya Dayine. Hiranyakashipur Vaksha. Silai Chanka Anakalaya. Ito Nishimo Parato Nishimo. Yato Yamitato Nishimo. Bahir Nishimo, Hidaye Nishimo. Narashima Madim Saranam Prapade. तव कर कमलवरे नाकाम अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपुर तनो भृंगाम केशवदीर्ता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नृसिंहदेव 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 जय नृसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा सिंहदेव भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की श्रील प्रभुपाद की हरि बोल
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for attending tonight's function and this very cold, blistering evening. We are very happy to be in your company. I'm also very happy to introduce to you our speaker for tonight, His Holiness Partha Sarathi Das Goswami Maharaj. He's quite familiar, need no introduction. Thank you very much for attending.
Thank you. Om Gana Timarandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshmatam Hena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapatam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didanti Sambadantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Adapatakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Shri Jivam Sadvaitam Sadvutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sakana Lalita Shiva Shavitam Sham. Everyone. Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchan Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Nani Pri Pri Chakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. verse from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda I'll read Ancha Leela chapter 2, text 3. In his incarnation as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Sri Krishna descended to deliver all the living beings in the three worlds. From Brahmaloka down to Patala Loka, he caused their deliverance in three ways. So 3 ways. So listen carefully, because I'll be asking you the 3 ways. Text 4. The Lord delivered the fallen souls in some places by meeting them directly. In other places by empowering a pure devotee, and in still other places by appearing before someone himself. So it's Sakshat Darshan, that's direct. So Darshan means you have, so Sakshat means direct. So Sakshat Darshan is one. Then Avesh, from that word Bhakti Avesh, or Kripa Avesh. Avesh means the Lord empowers someone else. He empowers someone else. And then the last is Avibhav. Avibhav, where the Lord just appears. Although he may have left 500 years ago, he just appears. So examples are given now. So the Lord delivered the fallen souls in some places by meeting them directly, that's Sakshat. Other places by empowering a pure devotee, that's Avesh. And in still other places by appearing before someone himself. Text 5. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered almost all the fallen souls by directly meeting them. He delivered others by entering the bodies of great devotees such as Nakula Brahmachari, and he delivered still others by appearing before them, as in the case of Nishingananda Brahmachari. I shall deliver the fallen souls. This statement characterizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord always manifested his Avibhav appearance in the following 4 places. So now you've got to memorize these now also. 4 places. The house of Srimati Sachi Mata, Number 2, wherever Nityananda danced in ecstasy, the house of Srivas, where Kirtan was performed, and the house of Raghava Pandit. Lord Chaitanya himself appeared in these 4 places. So, Shakti Vaishavita. And the example is Nakula Brahmachari. Nakula Brahmachari. So we're still in the mood of Srila Prabhupada's appearance. So Srila Prabhupada also is referred to by his followers as Shaktivesh, Shaktivesh Avita. There's a verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anjalila, chapter 7. Actually, this is the right one, I got it in. Chapter 7, text 11, that says, Kali Krishna Dham, Krishna Nam Sankirtan, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahitari Bhavatana. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy names of Krishna, unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtan movement. So, anyone who preaches the glories of Lord Krishna is empowered. But there's different degrees of being empowered. So that's the point to understand. There's different categories of being empowered. So I've been meditating on this a little. You can be empowered for different things. And this is described in Lord Chaitanya's instructions to Sanatana Goswami in Madhya Lila. And a few examples are that Lord Brahma is a living entity. He's a jiva. And you're also jivas. You're also living entities. But Lord Brahma is empowered in a particular way. So when we say someone is Shakti Avesh, it has to be explained in context. Shakti Avesh to do what? So Lord Brahma, he is empowered by Krishna to do what? Can you tell me? Ladies, he was empowered to do what? To create. And he did a very good job. And he created this Brahmanda. That's why it's called a Brahmanda. Brahmanda means universe. It's called after Lord Brahma. And we have the higher planets, and we have the lower planets, and then we have the middle planets, and then we have South Africa. So you could say, when it came to South Africa, he hit or miss. There's a cartoon of a very Gary Larson, The Far Side. I think we've all gone to that far side. So the cartoon is God. He's in his kitchen, and he's got a beard, and he's very old, and got lots of wrinkles, because obviously, God, the conception is that he's old, because he's been around a long time, and therefore you must have the wrinkles. And he's opening the oven, and he takes out of the oven the Earth planet. And then he says to himself, half-baked. I made a mistake, it's half-baked. So Lord Brahma. So has that particular potency. And it seems like these potencies can be given at a particular time and also taken away at a particular time. So we'll get to that in a minute. So what about other Shakti Vaishavitas? Parashuram. Parashuram is empowered. He's living entity, but he's empowered, and his particular mission was to rid the world of demoniac Kshatriyas. So in other words, he was empowered to kill, which is a strange thing to think about, being empowered to kill. Shakti Vish. Then what other? I've understood Lord Buddha is Shakti Vish. And Lord Buddha, he taught, has also been described, sub-religious principles, which is ahimsa. And what is ahimsa? Non-violence. Yes, non-violence. So there's three. Oh, Narada Muni. So he's one of our gurus. It goes Lord Brahma and then Narada Muni. So Narada Muni is one of our spiritual masters. So he was also empowered. And how was he empowered? What was his contribution? To preach devotion. Devotion. Narada Muni. Whether Narada Muni is a jiva, yes, he entered into Shrivas, and the Panchatattva Shrivas is taken as a jiva. But also some of the acharyas have said that Narada Muni is expansion of Madhu Mongol. Now Madhu Mongol is cowhead boy, and he's not a jiva. But you can enter into someone, and then you can exit also. So it could get quite confusing. So we're talking about Shakti Vesh. So Narada Muni, then the four Kumaras. And they were empowered to give knowledge. Then I understand Sesha is considered to be a Shakti Vesh, and he supports the universe. So we also understand Srila Prabhupada is Shakti Vesh. But as I mentioned, that empowerment can be given at a particular time, and it can also be taken away at a particular time. And one becomes Shakti Vesh for different purposes, to achieve different goals. So, a graphic example is that Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to preach. And with this in mind, he went to Jhansi. We read about this. And he started an organization. And it was called League of Devotees. And he preached as best he could. And nothing much happened. I think Acharya Prakar, what is that how you pronounce it? Baka. He initiated that gentleman who. So Prabhupada tried to preach in this place called Jhansi, and it didn't take root. It wasn't actually very effective. After Srila Prabhupada took sannyas in 1959, he went to Jhansi, and his sannyas guru, Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Maharaj, also went at some point. And Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Maharaj said that this place is too isolated. It's too isolated. So by divine arrangement, because this is all under Yoga Maya now. Yoga Maya means the internal potency of Krishna, not Mahamaya. So under the influence of Yoga Maya, Prabhupada wasn't able to establish anything. And then he returned to Vrindavan. Then of course we know, 1965, he went to America. So when he was traveling to America on the steamship Jaladuta, he had a heart attack. But he continued, obviously, on the journey. So Prabhupada's godbrother, Sridhar Maharaj, said that Prabhupada became empowered when he was on that journey. So when he got to America for the first 9 months, also nothing much happened. But then it all happened in one go. Disciples started coming, and Krishna consciousness started spreading. We know this historical now. Prabhupada went from New York to San Francisco, and then even more followers, and so forth. And the preaching continued as Prabhupada stayed for 11 years. And then he left. So during that time, he became empowered. But prior to that, he wasn't empowered, or it hadn't manifested. So this is not a criticism, because we accept personalities like Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, under the influence of Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya. We are under the influence of Mahamaya, the three modes of nature: ignorance, passion, and goodness. And we're slowly coming out of that by Lord Chaitanya's mercy. But Prabhupada, we understand, is an eternal associate of Lord Krishna, and was never under the, Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, never under the jurisdiction of Mahamaya. So the Lord's associates are never under the jurisdiction of Mahamaya. So we would include Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, Bhaktivinoda, and numerous other, but we're mentioning these personalities. So Prabhupada's apparent failure to preach League of Devotees in Jhansi was an arrangement of Krishna, Yoga Maya. And then he became empowered, but he became extremely empowered, not just empowered, but empowered to a very high degree. And his most important contribution, of course, are his books, or his commentaries, which we study, we try to follow. The commentaries, Bhaktivedanta purports, which I understand now, according to what I read on the internet, 87 different languages. But I do know Bhagavad Gita is in 63 different languages. So this is Prabhupada's most important contribution. So it's like Vyasadeva, also another empowered incarnation, Shakti manifested in Prabhupada, and he was able to write so many commentaries. A commentary is called a tika, so commentaries. And the tikas are more important than the original. So in other words, I read Bhagavad Gita, and we read Sava Dhammam Parityajya, and then there's the translation, but the commentary is more important. So this is Prabhupada's main contribution. And then of course the actual mission, ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So Prabhupada became extremely empowered. But anyone who preaches, and that would include all of you, are to one degree or another empowered. Definitely. So Lord Chaitanya spread his mercy through Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, and then outside of India through Prabhupada. So that's one of the three. Then the first one, Sakshat, that's direct. So you could say, well, we have the deity of Lord Chaitanya, so this is direct. And there is that verse, Nam Vigraha Sarup, Tina Eka Rup. Tina, these three, the name, Nam, Vigraha, the deity, and Sarup, the original form, Tina Eka Rup, they are one. Tina, Tina, Na Beta, they are non-different. Beta, different. Na Beta, they're non-different. Tina, Chit, Ananda Rup, they're all eternal, full of knowledge. So the Vigraha, and we have the Vigraha of Lord Chaitanya, is non-different and yet is different. So this is our philosophy, of course. Simultaneously one with God and yet different. Avesh is one way of spreading. Shakti Avesh, Sakshat Darshan is second. And the third one, you remember? What was the third one? This is when you're supposed to respond by waking up and saying Avibhav. So Avibhav apparently can be anywhere, but these four places in particular, we mentioned these four places. Mother Sachi's kitchen or temple room, where Raghava Pandit was having kirtan, Lord Nityananda dancing at Srivasangam, where right now Lord Chaitanya is dancing right now in Srivasangam, but unfortunately we don't have the eyes to see it. So many of Prabhupada's followers, of course, they're also, actually all of them, anyone who is a follower, sincere follower, is also Avesh, empowered. Perhaps at least up to this stage, not to the same degree that Prabhupada was, but we can't say that they're not empowered. And we have examples, because you test a thing by the result. You test a thing by the result. Palena paruchu yete. So various Vaishnavas went to different countries and preached. Like His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj preached in Nigeria, and many people came forward and became devotees, Vaishnavas. Then Prabhupada sent the 3 Grihastras to London. Again, they were able to preach. And now in London, or UK, we call it United Kingdom, Krishna consciousness is very much developing. It's going places, as it were. So Prabhupada sent various disciples to various countries. Australia, Bali Madan Prabhu, some of these names you may not know. South America, Hridayananda Maharaj. And then of course we know that Shrudi Prabhu, He came here in 1972, and he was only 19 years old, and he started preaching. So they're also empowered, definitely empowered. But also that empowerment can be taken away. And if you're not sincerely following, then you may have, we refer to it as a temporary fall down. We'd rather call it a temporary fall down because Prabhupada has written in the Nectar of Instruction that devotional service is so pure and so perfect that once having started, you will be automatically dragged. So you're going to be dragged, even though you may turn your back on Krishna consciousness. Some people may come and then temporarily they may leave due to material desires, usually due to offenses. They may leave for some time. So this empowerment can be actually taken away also, at least temporarily. So we're very fortunate that somehow or other we're connected to Prabhupada as grand disciples, great grand disciples, and it will go on like this. So, now question time. Are you ready? So, Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Kripa, Lord Nityananda's Kripa, given in 3 ways. What are the 3 ways? Saksha Darshan, direct. Shakti Avesh, to be empowered, and then Avibhav, yes. So this Avibhav, this can happen anytime, any place, anywhere. It depends on the devotee, how advanced you are. And if you're particularly advanced, then Lord Chaitanya and his associates can appear. They may appear in your dream also. Swapna. I'll give you an example that when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur disappeared, he was 75. So he went first, 1915. And then Srila Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he also became apricot in 1916. At that time, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was commenting on the Nectar of Instruction, and he became depressed because these were his 2 main, his Diksha Guru and his Siksha Guru. So he thought, how can I continue to preach? Who will I talk to? Who will I read to? Because he used to read to Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj because Gokishore was illiterate, so he couldn't read. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta would read to him. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta actually became transcendently depressed. So in other words, depression is all right. But it wasn't mundane or material, like my wife has died or my dog has died, my darling dog has died, or the wrong political party have now won. So there is such a thing as spiritual depression. It's actually a Sanchari Bhav. There's 33 Sanchari Bhavs, and this is one of them. A Visheda. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta stopped translating. He was writing commentary on Nectar of Instruction. which I think you've all read. It's only 11 verses. So he was at verse 8, and he had like writer's block, like you just stop. And then he had a dream. This is how it's explained, swapna. Then in that dream he saw the Panchatattva, and he saw the whole parampara, and his own Guru Maharaj, Gokishore, and Srila Bhaktivinoda. And they all told him unanimously, start preaching, and don't worry, we will be there in the background to support you, to give you followers, to give you support, everything like that. So from that dream, he changed, became very enlivened, and continued. So swapna, dream. Now you may say, well, I also have dreams. I dream. It's quite common. Disciples will sometimes come and say, oh, I had a dream. I had a dream. What was that? I had a dream. Martha Luther King. Yeah, I had a dream. Get the accent right now. I had a dream. Where everyone is equal, and the black-bodied and the white-bodied, and became very famous. He was very powerful. He was also Shaktivesh, definitely empowered, but not in a Krishna-conscious fashion. So, when we have our dreams, because we're conditioned souls, it's due to the influence of the mode of passion. It's the mode of passion going on in the mind. And then you may dream something a little crazy. And the example is, you see a gold ring, and then you look at a picture of Table Mountain, and then you dream of a golden mountain. So when a liberated soul, like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, when they have dreams, it's not due to the influence of the three modes of material nature. It's the real thing. So Lord Chaitanya really appeared, and he can appear. Sometimes out of mercy, even though we're conditioned. This is a very interesting point. Even though we're not Jivan Mukta, we're not self-realized, you may actually get some mercy, and you may dream of Prabhupada or Guru Maharaj or Vrindavan or something like that. So one should take it as a blessing. But also, if we're conditioned souls, and the dream is quite instructive, like in your dream it says, now I want you to give up your family, and I want you to go to Ethiopia, Sudan, Pakistan, and I want you to preach to the ISIS. You should actually check. You should confirm your dream with your seniors, with your Diksha Guru, with your Siksha Guru, because it may not be the right thing to do. It might be better you just stay in Chatsworth, come once a week to the temple or something, and not go to Karachi and start the institution there and preach to ISIS. So sometimes that can happen though, and that's mercy. So we're all very fortunate. Why? Because we're connected to our Guru Parampara, and that's Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur coming down, Srila Prabhupada. And we should always appreciate how fortunate we are. And if we can give this good fortune to others, then that's also good. And that's called preaching. And that's what this institution is for. If there was no need to preach, what is the point of having the institution? The point of the institution is to preach in an organized way. And Prabhupada wanted it to be organized. Therefore, in 1970, he created the GBC. Because he knew he would leave. So this is like organized preaching. So there's a need for a check and balance. It has to be there. Check and balance, organized. Otherwise, anyone can do anything they want in the name of Lord Krishna. And it just causes a disturbance. It may cause a disturbance. So we're preaching under the banner of the institution, and we observe the different rules and regulations. Even though sometimes we may not always agree, it doesn't matter. we still continue. So remember this: Shakti Vesh, and then Sakshat Darshan, and then Avibhav. 3 ways the mercy came. And in this age, it's mostly Avesh. People are being empowered. Sakshat, direct, we missed by 500 years, if you like. And Avibhav, we're just not that advanced, let's be honest. Lord Chaitanya is not going to appear with a Panchatattva in our bedroom and dance around. No, I'm afraid not. That's taking your imagination to its ultimate limit. But when you become more advanced, it could be. But then you won't talk about it. So no one would know anyhow. No one would know, because if you started advertising it and started saying, hey, you know what? The other day I was in my bedroom, I just woke up and the Lord Chaitanya was there, Sadbhuj, 6 hands. Then people are going to start worshipping you and offer you coconuts and sticks of incense. And then Pratishta comes, name and fame. And then you start off as a Majjhim, and then suddenly become an Uttama Bhagavat, and then you become Shakti Vaishavita, and then you become Bhagwan. In your bedroom in Chatsworth, you become Bhagwan, become God. So even if highly advanced devotees have these types of experiences, Narottam Thakur says one should not reveal one's deeper thoughts, or apana bhajana kahibe. One should not reveal one's bhajan. Or you can do it to the degree that the previous acharyas have done it, but don't go beyond. So thank you very much for coming out on this cold evening, and always take shelter of the holy name. Nam Aparad Nam Abashudanam. And just carry on cooperating. I came up with that word, institutional cooperation. And cooperation has many definitions, but one is to comply with another person's requests. But obviously if those requests contravene our spiritual principles, then we don't comply, we question. Otherwise we try to comply. And as I said, we may not always agree. It's all right. Prabhupada has written, third canto. I've got the reference. Quote, amongst Vaishnavas there may be difference of opinion, and this is due to personal identity. Although there may be differences, the preaching must go on. That's word for word. So I applied that at the time of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's departure, that his disciples, they couldn't bring themselves to cooperate amongst themselves, as it were, due to differences of opinion. But still, they continue to preach. And that's what we refer to now as Gaudiya Math. And it, hundreds of branches, literally hundreds. And they are trying. And we have to offer them respect. But Prabhupada stressed organizational preaching, structure. So it's quite interesting. We have, how many is it? We have 20 ministries. 20 ministries. Ministry for ladies, ministry for cow protection. Another really good one, this one. Ministry for the protection of leadership misconduct. But they changed the words around now. That's what it was. Yeah, prevention of leadership misconduct. And how I remembered that is because the acronyms are PLM, PLM, and I think of the PLO, in Palestine. But I see now they've changed the name because it doesn't quite sound right. So we have all these ministries, ministry of deity worship. There's a certain standard. We have to try to keep to it. Ministry of Padayatra, ministry of book distribution by Shisheka Prabhu, doing exceptional jobs. So all these ministries to sort of help and assist. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So we're part of this. And as Prabhupada wrote in the Antya Leela, this one is right here, Antya Leela, but I know it's chapter 5, but the activities of this ISKCON movement are non-different from the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because the same principles and the same actions are being performed without fail. And I know it's chapter 5, Antya Leela, but I've forgotten what verse. I don't know if anyone comes to mind. So the activities of this Krishna consciousness movement are non-different from the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, non-different. Prabhupada used that word, non-different, because the same principles and activities are being followed without fail. So we're part of that, and we're extremely fortunate, and we should just continue as best we can, according to our health, according to our mentality, etc. It's not that we're all going to be temple presidents or GBCs or pujaris. We can contribute in whichever way is suitable for our mentality and our adhikari. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Go Premanandi. Would you like to ask any questions or make a comment? Comments? Anyone? Ding, ding, ding. Cell phone is commenting. But we want something more than that. Anything, Mr. Sarup? Do you know where that comment is then? Non-different? You remember, Sukumar? Non-different. Anyhow, so It's a question of appreciating, that's all. Just appreciate. Appreciate, that's all. Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprasad, which I hope I will get later, including a sweet. Vaishnava Association, Rath Yatra, Vrindavan, Mayapur, this temple. It's all a question of appreciation. That's all, just appreciate. And as that appreciation increases, you advance. And as you advance, the appreciation increases. Kritagya, Kritagya. And we should never be akritagya, or disrespectful, or not appreciate. And I can conclude my very feeble presentation, as is the case, by quoting William Shakespeare. Blow, blow, O winter wind. Can you hear it? The winter wind. Thou not so cruel as an ungrateful man or woman. Sharper than a serpent's fangs is an ungrateful child, disciple. Sharper than the fangs of a serpent is an ungrateful or thankless child, thankless disciple, ungrateful. So those are two of my favorite quotes. Anyone? You want to say anything? Anyone? Blow, blow, a winter wind. All right, we'll end with a short kirtan then. Just a short one.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Radhanath, Radha Radhanath, Radha Radhanath, Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful class. Devotees, you Hare Krishna, devotees. So thank you once again for attending. As we are going to go out of the temple, please accept your the prasad that is being offered this evening. Hare Krishna.